What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? Welcome back to the, what series am I going to call this? The boxing mechanical breakdown. I don't fucking know, but we'll figure out the name later. What's going on, guys? Doing another boxing video. Not my typical type of video, per se, but I like boxing, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I might sound like a dumbass, but hey, fuck it. Let's go for it. So, recently we had Vergil Ortiz Jr., a.k.a. the future of boxing, versus Samuel Vargas. So we have them both at welterweight here. Age 22 for Vergil, age 31 for Samuel Vargas. Height 5'10 for Vergil, 5'9 for Vargas. 147 for Ortiz, 146.6 for Vargas. Reach is about the same for both of them at 72. Now, this fight I came in with some knowledge of Ortiz. I heard he was a big, knockout artist. He had a lot of KOs in his matches, and he had never gone past round 6 in any of his matches, which, A, is either because this guy has power and he can, knock someone out, or B, he's been cherry-picking some guys. Now, whether or not he's been cherry-picking people, I don't know, but he does have some power, and what a great match this was. Now, Samuel Vargas, I think one notable thing he did was he went up against Amir Glass Khan, and he managed to knock down Amir Khan once, and he almost had him, from what I hear, in the 10th round, and almost took him out, which would have been, crazy good for Samuel Vargas, but fortunately, he didn't end up doing it. He lost. I think it was due to a decision, probably, right? But anyways, yeah, these guys went at it. Vergil Ortiz is one of the best Golden Boy fighters you could find right now from their stable. Obviously, the big guy is Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez, obviously the biggest guy there, figuratively and, literally, when it comes to cash and money and size. And then secondary, I don't really think you got a secondary. I think it's probably Ryan Garcia, and then maybe Ortiz Jr. coming in third, but at the end I'll get into that. So my thoughts for the fight were, I kind of figured Ortiz would win since I always heard about his knockout power, and I had seen some highlight reels of him before I watched this match, and he was putting people out stone cold, so I had a feeling his power would come into play here, and obviously it did. Now, he didn't get the KO as I thought he would, but he still gave a pretty decent performance. I'm kind of surprised he didn't put him away earlier, but maybe it's just maybe Vargas is just a better caliber fighter. He's a very old school type of fighter, very tough, gritty. He's willing to trade, and he's a tough SOB. I'll give him that. He is one tough SOB. Now, Vargas's game plan, from what I understood, from what I saw, I kind of need glasses, so give me some slack. He was going for the body for Vergil Ortiz, which I think, good idea, I guess, try to neutralize his movement, try to get him there. But, yeah, he was getting shots in, but Vargas, to me, just seemed slow since, the beginning, not even round 1. He didn't seem that sharp to me. He seemed kind of slow, not really there. And Ortiz Jr., wow, that dude seemed sharp, ready to fight. All of his punches looked like they hurt. And Vargas, not really. He was kind of more like a Rocky character, taking a bunch of punches to the face, blocking with his face, right? A tried and tested technique by Sylvester Stallone, but Vergil landed some great shots on this guy. And there was a moment in the match where the dude went down, but it wasn't counted as a knockdown because he kind of threw himself on Vergil, and he tripped him over also. So they both went down, and the referee didn't count that. Calling him a judge, my bad there. There's this really interesting move that Vergil Ortiz Jr. did on Vargas a couple times. He would pivot Vargas around, right? Pivot him around and set him up perfectly for some shots to the face. I thought that was some beautiful work on Ortiz's part. Now, whether that was legal or not, I don't know. I mean, I think it was. One of the commentators from DAZN said it was illegal, but the referee was not happy with it, and he said, "Hey, you can't be doing that shit anymore," which is bad for him, I guess. Bad for him. No game plan anymore. But Vergil still won in the end. Vargas, to me, older fighter. Obviously, he had a lot of heart. I will give him that. If I was his corner, I would have thrown in the towel. The dude obviously has too much heart in him, and it's gonna get him. Not killed. Hopefully, not killed. He's got too much heart, and he's gonna get hurt. And I think he was hurt pretty bad during this fight. And there were some spots in this fight where Vargas looked like he was just moments away from flatlining. There we go, from flatlining. I was trying to say, blacking out, but I wanted to say flatlining, and, my mind hasn't been the same since I took Cipro. My bad, guys. Fuck Bayer, fuck fluoroquinolones. Don't take them, guys. Don't take them. There was moments where I saw Vargas, I really didn't see what he was aiming for. Obviously, he didn't have that much energy compared to Ortiz Jr. Never really saw any powerful shots from Vargas. He was working the body, but honestly, those punches looked like they had no effect on Ortiz Jr. The dude just had energy reserves to go the full 12 rounds, in my opinion. Now, granted, this was the first time Vergil actually went past round 6, I believe, when it came to professional bouts. Everything else he had ended before with either a knockout or TKO, I guess. And I think this was a TKO also, right? Because they had to stop the match at the very end. The referee had to get in and stop it. Now, that just goes to show you the caliber of fighter, I guess, Vargas was. He was his strongest opponent yet. He got him up to round, I think it was round 8, round 7 around there. He got him all the way up to there, and he was the first guy to do it. Will he be the last? Probably not. The opposition is only going to get more stronger as we go on. And there was this really interesting moment where they were doing some really funky head movement. You know, they were both trying to evade each other's shot. They were like, oh, he's going this way, going that way. Really funny stuff, but, you know, hey, probably part of the sweet science, right? And, yeah, like I was saying, they stopped it at the, let me check here real quick, guys. I don't remember exactly when they stopped it. They stopped it at the 7th. You know, Ortiz was just getting battered by Vergil. There was no contest at all, in my opinion. This would have been a unanimous decision if it had went to the scorecards, and thankfully it didn't. You know, this is just terrible to see this dude getting beat up so much. But yeah, overall, what I think of the fight, pretty one-sided. Was this a great fight when it comes to testing him, I guess? Yes and no, because Vargas is a tough dude. He didn't get knocked out technically. You know, Vergil didn't, you know, flatline him on the canvas or anything. He's not in a hospital stretcher or nothing. So in that aspect, no. Vergil did improve himself there, I guess. But not every fight can be a knockout fight. You got to keep that in mind, right? Now, you will be going to the scorecards eventually. Hell, Canelo does it. Triple G, you know, with Triple G, they both went to the scorecards. Now, Vargas, tough SOB, lasted a very long time, more than he should have, in my opinion. And if I was his corner, I would have thrown in the towel earlier. The dude took way too much punishment for my liking, but thankfully the referee stopped it. Now for Vergil, he's going only up for here. You know, he's only going to go up. I think he was talking about fighting Errol Spence Jr., which I think is one of the big dogs in the welterweight division. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Spence Jr. got into a car crash, I think, a couple ago. And I don't know. I don't know if he's been back to the ring since that car crash. I think he hasn't. And if there's anyone to test your skills against, and I'm saying this in kind of a bad way, I guess you could say, like, hey, the guy had a car accident. Maybe he's not all there anymore. Maybe his boxing IQ and his boxing prowess isn't all there anymore. It would be a perfect test for Vergil and a perfect guy to fight him. Realistically, though, I don't think he's going to fight him because, well, politics in boxing, right? I think he's got to prove himself a little bit more. Then we'll see him fight those big names, right? Now, where does Vargas go from here? I don't know. I mean, he's not a terribly bad fighter. I mean, not as good as Vergil, obviously, but I don't know. Maybe he'll be one of those gatekeeper type of fighters. But I hope he makes a comeback. He seemed really slow to me. His punches didn't seem to have any power at all. I'm not sure if that's how he usually boxes, or if it's just age catching up with this guy. But he's only like 31 too, so I don't know. It seems kind of odd. But I hope Vargas gets another shot, with another fighter and gets his payday too, because dude, this guy has the heart of a lion. He deserves that fucking money. He deserves it, not like other people who dance for years and years. But yeah, going back to my Ryan Garcia take. So there's kind of some bad blood, I guess you can say, between Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, Golden Boy Promotions, aka the Golden Boy, right, the boxer, Oscar De La Hoya, and Vergil Ortiz Jr. Now Vergil, Oscar was calling him the future of boxing and hyping him up on Twitter. And then I think Ryan Garcia got a little pissed off. He's like, oh, what the hell? You're supposed to have my back or my promoter, blah, blah, blah. And, I could see where he would get mad with that. Like, hey, I'm the future of boxing. Oh, he can't be the future of boxing, blah, blah, blah. I think, in my opinion, Ryan Garcia is running his mouth a little bit too much. Is he a gifted boxer? Yeah, I think he is now. I really was disappointed when he fought Romero Duno and he knocked his ass out in the first. Really disappointed. I thought Romero Duno was going to give him a bigger fight because I remember there's always this fight that makes me laugh my ass off. Romero Duno versus Chimpas Gonzalez. That was a funny fight. Chimpas was like the like lightweight champion or some crap, a light featherweight champion or something. Romero Duno was relatively unknown, I think, at the time, and Romero Duno took his belt in a spectacular fashion. He knocked down Chimpas like 3 times, and I think Golden Boy was trying to hype up Chimpas as their next cash cow, but obviously that didn't pan out. So when I heard Romero Duno going up against Ryan, I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be a repeat of what happened last time. He's going to take out another Golden Boy cash cow. No such thing, sir. No such thing. Now, who do I think is going to be the future of boxing when it comes to the Golden Boy stables? Canelo ain't going to be here forever. And when it comes to, getting the big contracts and stuff, who do I see making it? I have to say Ryan Garcia. He has such a big media following too, and that counts a lot when it comes to selling tickets as well. He's got good boxing skills too. I mean, Vergil also has that, but his social media following isn't as big. But the thing is that Ryan has other aspirations. He wants to do other stuff. But Vergil, as he said in an interview, I think he just wants to do a boxing. He's just solely a purebred boxer, nothing else. No TV stuff, no nothing, no not other type of, vlogger shenanigans bullcrap. Right? That's more up Ryan Garcia's territory. So when it comes to a full-blooded boxer, you might want to look towards Vergil. When you want like some boxing and some other aspects of the entertainment industry, you might want to go to Ryan Garcia. Right? I think they're both great fighters, though. But I don't really think Ryan Garcia has been tested at all yet. And I don't think Vergil Ortiz has been tested that much compared to Ryan. No. I think Vergil has been more tested than Ryan, because he's gone the distance. Well, more than Ryan has. Ryan, a couple rounds and boom, he knocks him out. So I think, and to me personally, I think Vergil has more power than Ryan, but a different weight classes, right? What are you gonna do? Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will catch you guys later. And what did you guys think of the fight? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you not subscribing to DAZN? I know I'm not. I'll catch you guys later.